Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to see about Java operators. So you guys already aware what is operator, right? If you have worked in any programming language, you already know about this operator. So if you are new to programming, right? So you may be wondering what is operator. Operators are used to perform operations on variable and values. Uh, Let me explain you with one example. So I am declaring variable int, then x equal to I'm assigning value 100. Also, if I want to add one more value with this 100, right? I use plus operator here, then 50. So here the plus is an operator. So you got it right. So if you want to add two number, right, two values, we use operator. Here we used additional operator. Similarly, there are many operators available in Java. There are different types of operators in Java. Let's see, we will see everything in this video. Though here I used plus operator, right? Used to add two values. You can also use this plus operator to add together variable and a value, or variable and another variable. Uh, let's see that with some example like int of num1. I'm adding two values like 50 plus 50. So here plus operator used to add two values. Likewise, I can also use this num of 2. I am declaring int variable number 2, and I am going to add this variable num1 plus I am going to add one more value 50. So in first one, right, here I used this plus operator to add two values 50 and 50, but the next one I used plus operator to add variable num1 and value 50. Also you can use operator to add two variable as well, like num1 plus num2. So that's why I mentioned that operators plus operator, here we are using plus operator, right? So the plus operator used to add together two values, or one variable and one value, or two variable. In Java, right, as I mentioned before, in Java there are different types of operator available. Let me tell you what are they. First one is arithmetic operator. Maybe I will add types of Java operators. So first one is arithmetic operator. Second one is assignment operators. Third one is comparison operator. Comparison operators. Then fourth one is logical operator. Operators, I already copied, right? Just testing it. Then the fifth one is bitwise operator. So we have 5 types of operator available in Java. I will explain you each types with a detailed example in this video. Let's go into that video. So as a mainframe programmer, you already aware these, right? Arithmetic operators, assignment operator, comparison operator, logical operator. Maybe this bitwise operator is new to you. So we also, as a Java programmer, we rarely use this bitwise operator. Anyhow, I will explain you each type in this video. Let's start that first type, arithmetic operator. So what is arithmetic operator? So arithmetic operators are used to perform common mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So like that. So those operator we call it as arithmetic operators. So let's see each operators available in arithmetic operator. First one is addition. As you all everyone know, right? If you are expert in maths, you already aware these things. Like addition means plus operator. Like addition means plus. I'll keep it like this. So addition means plus operator. Then subtraction. Subtraction means minus. This is the operator symbol. So this one is plus addition operator. This one is minus subtraction operator. Then third one is multiplication. That's why I mentioned arithmetic operators are used to perform common mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, here multiplication, multiplication. So the symbol is star. Fourth one is division. Division is this symbol forward slash. Then module. So this one may be new to many people. So I will explain you this once I listed all the operators available in arithmetic operator. So modules, this is the symbol, percentage symbol. We call we modulus. This operator name is modulus. Then increment operator. Increment operator. So this one is plus plus. So the last one is decrement. This symbol is minus minus. So these many operators available in arithmetic operator. The first one addition. Everyone knows, right? Addition means adding together two values. Then subtraction. Subtraction means subtracts one value from another value. That also many people know. Then multiplication multiplies two values. Then division divide by one divide divides one value by another value. And the quotient value will be stored here in the in the division operator. So these four operator most of us familiar with it, right? The other three are new to for many people it is new. So this one, right? Modulus operator means if you want to get the remainder, right? In that case, so like the division operator will give you the quotient, but modulus operator will give you the remainder. So if you want to get the remainder value, you have to use modulus operator. Otherwise, you can go with division operator. Then the increment operator. Increment operator basically it increases the value of a variable by one. Like if variable currently has 10, right? If you are using increment operator, then the variable value increased by one. So which means you will get 11. So decrement is opposite to increment. So obviously minus minus is the symbol. So if variable has 10, if you are using decrement operator, the value become 9. That means minus 1. 10 minus 1 will get 9. So let's see each operators with example. Let me create one Java class file, new, then Java arithmetic operator. Arithmetic operators. So as you all know, shortcut to create a main method, right? PSVM, then press tab button. So IntelliJ will add main method. Let's see the let's try with the example for arithmetic operator. I'm going to declare two variable int of x equal to 10 and int of y equal to 20. Let's see each operator with the example. Like I'm going to add sys out. I'm adding x plus y. So x plus y. Maybe I will have some output value, so you will get clear. So x plus y. So if you maybe you will get confused, right? So I'll remove this one. As of now, I'll just keep x plus y. I will add one more sysout statement for subtraction. So I'll replace plus operator with minus. Then one more sort for like for plus addition operator, subtraction operator, then multiplication. So multiplication, then one more sort for division, then one more operator for modulus. The last two for increment and decrement. So let's plus, then y minus minus. So we are getting warning here, right? Let's see what it means. Result of x by y is always 0. So, okay. So the problem is x value is lesser than y, right? If you are a mathematician or if you are expert in max, you will know, right? We cannot divide 10 by 20. So I will change it like this one is bigger, this one is 3. We'll make it 3. So now the warning went. So let's execute this and we'll see the output, what we are getting. So I'll change this to current file and running this arithmetic operator Java file. So it's running. So we got the output. So the first is out, right? I'll make it viewable. So this one, right? The first is out. What we did, x plus y. So we got 13. This because 10 plus 3. So I'll remove the spaces. So you'll get more viewable. So x plus y, which means 10 plus 3, we got 13. So that is addition. Then second one is subtraction, right? So x minus y, which means 10 minus 3, we got 7. That one also correct. Then third one, x multiply y. So 10 into 3, so 30, which is also correct. Then x division y, which means 10 divided by 3, we got 3. That is quotient. So the second one, right? The modulus. This one is modulus. What I mentioned. So modulus will give you remainder value. So if we divide 10 by 3, what we get as a remainder? Since 3 into 3, 9. So 10 minus 9, we get 1 as a remainder. So that's why we got 1 for modulus operator. Then x plus plus is increment operator, right? So 10 is, we got 10, right? Here also 3. It is because this operator has to be added before. I will tell you that as well. So why we need to add before and after. If you add here, right? Minus minus y. I am rerunning this. See, so the value of x is 10. Since we are incrementing, right? Plus plus. So the value become 11. So here minus minus, right? Which is opposite to increment operator, which means will the 3 will be minus 3 minus 1, right? So we get 2. So let's see what is the difference if you're adding the increment operator before x and after x. Let me add one more sysort here below and adding plus plus here. Maybe I will remove everything, right? You other operators, I hope you guys clear. The confusion is only with the increment and decrement. So if I run this, you already know, right? The like minus minus x. So plus plus means increment. So 10 plus 1, we got 11. So 3 plus minus 1, sorry, I added x here, right? So I'll make it y. So now y has 3. So minus minus is decrement operator. So 3 minus 1, we got 3. So which is, so if you're adding before, right, you will get the values increment and decrement. But if I'm adding after, right, I'm adding plus increment operator after variable x, right? Likewise for decrement as well. Let's run this and we will see what we are getting in the output. So the first one we already discussed, which is 11. See this one, the second sysort for x, right? X plus plus. Also we got 11. The reason is, see here, before execute this statement, right? First it will increment the like prefix and suffix. First it will increment the value and then process the statement. That's why here we got, since x is 10, right? So it will increment. That is the, so the increment is in prefix. So the value 10 will be increased by 1 and then the print sysout statement will be print. So that's why we got 11. But here, right, x plus plus. Here first the statement will execute, right? So that's why we got 11, since it's already incremented here, right? 11. So here also we got 11. After that, since it is suffix, right? So it will increment later. Once that statement is executed, it will increment by 1. So the current value, right? Here if I add a sysout, right? System dot out dot println, right? We will get 12 for this sysout. Similarly, I will execute at the end. Let's see the decrement as well. So here the value is decremented since it is prefix, right? So it will decrement by 1. So the value 3 become y of 3 become 2 and it will be displayed here. But the second sysort for decrement operator, right? Y minus minus, that is in suffix. So first it will execute this statement. So which means the sysort will be printed to as 2 and then it will be incremented again by minus 1. So the value become 1 now. So if I print here at a sysout for y, we will get 1. So for this, right, we get 12 and for this one 1. Let's see. I'm executing it. Let's see the output. See, as I mentioned, we got the output of x as 12 and for the sysout for y is 1. So now hope you guys clear, right? What is the difference adding an increment operator in prefix and suffix? So that's the difference of adding the increment and decrement operator in prefixes as well as in suffix. So you should be very careful while adding before and after the variable. And one more thing I forgot to mention is about division operator. Like in the example, right, I showed you x division like this. I showed you before, right? X divided by y. When we execute this, we got 3, right? It is because you may be thinking like if we divide 10 by 3, right? We will get integer, right? Sorry, decimal value, right? Since we cannot 10, we cannot divide 10 by 3, right? You will get remainder and then you can add decimal point and add 1 0 and it will, the division will continue and we get the output like 3.333 something like that, right? If you are a mathematician or if you are very well know about max, right, you will get a value 3.3333 something like that. Since the value of x and y we declared as int, right? The result is also came in integer. That's why we got 3. For example, if we declare this as double or float, right? Like I'm declaring this as float. Also, I'm changing y as float. So hope you guys remember, right? If you are assigning value for float variable, you have to mention f. Similarly for y as well. Let us run this and we'll see the output. See, we got decimal value. It is because the value which we used in the division operator is float, right? So the result also we got as in float. Before we declared both x and y in int, so the result also we got it in int. If the value is float now, right? So that's why we got the output also in float. I just want to mention this as well. This is the end of arithmetic operator. Let's see the other operator. So the next one is assignment operator. We already seen this. We are already started using assignment operator. We will see more deeper into that. Let's copy this, and this is assignment operator. Assignment operators are used to assign a value to a variable. Like for example, so in here, right? In this example, we are assigning 100 plus 50 and adding 50, and the value we are assigning to y, sorry, x variable. So the equal, right? This is the assignment operator. In Java, this equal, we call it as assignment operator. In this example, we use assignment operator equal to assign a value, right? Value 50 plus 50, 100 to num1. So here also this is the assignment operator. In this third example also, this one equal symbol is the assignment operator. So hope you guys clear now, right? What is assignment operator? So there are different operators available in like arithmetic operators, right? There we seen different operator. Like similarly, we have different operators available in assignment. Let's see each one now. So the simple one is equal operator. So which means, so we are assigning x of x equal to 5, right? We are assigning, so this is assignment operator. So we are assigning value to variable x. So that's the simplest assignment operator. So the plus equal to, which means, so this is the meaning. Like if you want to add, right, x equal to x plus 5. So this is x equal to x plus 5, right? To make it shorter, this one, you can make it like this one, x equal x plus equal to 5. So basically, which means x will be added with 5, and the value will be assigned to x. So this is the expansion. The shorter form is x plus equal to s x plus equal 5. This is shorter form. So you can make it, instead of keeping it like this, you can simply type like this. So similarly, we have different assignment operator for all the arithmetic operators. Like you can do that for subtraction as well, like this one. So instead of typing like this, right? X minus 5, we can keep it like this. X, just the simplest form. There is no rule to write like this, not like this. So you can, the result will be same. The simplest form we have for in the assignment operator. That's why I'm telling you. You can do it this way or this way. That's your wish, but the result is same. So in Java we have the shortcut form of for this. You can make it like this as well. I'm just telling you these many operators available in assignment operators. So we have seen plus addition, subtraction, then multiplication. So here also I'll just take a copy of this and make it multiplication. We can simply make like this. Similarly for division as well. Division, here also we can change it division. Here also we can make it division. Then modulus. We have a shortcut for modulus as well. So it is percentage symbol. Here also percentage symbol. Here also percentage symbol. So this is the shortcut form for modulus operator. Then there are a few more as well. So we mostly use these many operator. I will list instead of typing and wasting your time. I will just type and I'll show you now. Just a second. So here I have listed all the assignment operator. Like so, we have seen till modulus, right? So these are other assignment operator. We rarely use these operators. So these are very commonly used assignment operators. So I just maybe I'll close this for your better view. So these many assignment operators are available. I just want to show to you. That's why I listed everything here. But mostly we use this operator like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Then we see the third one, right? Comparison operator. Let's go and see the comparison operator. So what is comparison operators? Comparison operators are often used to compare two values or two variables. So this is important in programming because it helps us to find answer and make decision by comparing two variables or two values or one value or one variable like that. By comparing and based on that result, we'll do the logic. So many people already aware what are the operators available in comparison. But if you are new to programming, so I will tell you right. And one more thing like in the comparison operator, right? The return value, the result of the comparison, either we get true or false. These values we call it as Boolean values. Hope you guys remember, right? In data type session in video, we have seen Boolean type variable. So there I mentioned the Boolean type as store only true or false. So the comparison operator results the return value is either true or false. So that if you want to store that value, we have to use Boolean data type variable. So I will show you one example like int of a, right, as 10, int of y equal to 6. So if you are comparing, right, like using system dot out dot print ln, and you are comparing x with greater than y. So what it means? So x is greater than, sorry, a and y, right? So I'll change this to a. So a is 10. So I'll 10 is greater than y value, which is 10 is greater than 6. Whether it is true or false. So which is true because 10 is greater than 6. So that's why this operator is saying that a value is greater than y. So which means the sysort we get is true. So this is comparison operator, one of the comparator operator. There are different operator like in the previous operators, right? Comparison operators also has many operator. Let's see each one now. So first one is equal to equal. So compare two values are equal, right? Like I'll type it for your understanding as well. I'll scroll a little bit. So this one is equal operator, equal to operator. Then this one is opposite to equal operator, which means not equal. If you want to compare two values are not equal, so you have to use this symbol, this hyphen equal, not equal. Then symbol greater than one greater than symbol, right? Which is greater than, greater than, then lesser than, less than, then greater than or equal to, then last one is lesser than or equal to. Less than equal to. So these many operators available in comparison operators. So first one is equal to operator, just to compare whether the two variable or values are equal. The second one is not equal, to compare two variables or whether the two variable values are not equal. Then greater than, which you already seen with this example. Then lesser than, then greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to. Let's see each operator with example. Let me create one class file with file name as comparison operator, right? Comparison operators. Yes, we have Mr. Shortcut and press tab. So let me add integer variable number equal to 20. Let's compare. Maybe I will declare two number one and int of number 2 as value 40. 40. So let's add sort for each operator. So shortcut is SOUT. Just press enter. So we are comparing number 1 equal to number 2. What we are getting here is it's always false. So IntelliJ is saying that it is always false because 20 is not equal to 40, right? That's why it's showing warning. But we can leave it. This is only for training purpose, right? That's why I left the warning. So I am comparing number 1 not equal to number 2. Here also we are getting number because it's already no, right? It's not equal. So we will get true value. But anyhow, this is only for training purpose. To learn about the operator. I'm going to add few more sysort for each operators. So first one equal, second one is not equal, third one is greater than, then fourth one is lesser than. Maybe I'll add some spaces so that you can clearly see the operator. So the sixth one is greater than or equal to, then this one lesser than or equal to. So I'll delete this. The warning we are getting it is because of IntelliJ that since we are already assigned the value, right, to this variable. So the return of this comparison also standard one. So that's why it's showing warning. So since this is only for training purpose, let's run this. We'll skip the warning and we'll run this. We'll see what we are getting in the output. So we got output, right? The first one is, as I told before, this one is to compare equal. The number 1 and number 2 both are different, right? That's why we got false. Then second one, not equal to. We are saying that number 1 and number 2 are not equal, right? Which is correct. 20 and 40, which is not equal. So that's why we got true. True means correct. False means wrong. That's the understanding. So the third one is number 1 is greater than number 2. Whether 20 is greater than 40, right? Which is false, right? Which is not wrong. So that's why we got false. Then fourth one is number 1 is lesser than number 2, which is correct, right? So there we got true. The this operator, right? Greater than or equal to. Whether the number 1 is greater than or equal to 40, right? Greater or equal to. Anything is two condition, right? Whether this can be greater than 40 or equal to 40. So in both cases it is failed, right? So 20 is not equal to 40, also which is lesser than 40. So we got false. The last one, like lesser than or equal to. So 40 is whether the 40 is lesser or equal to 20, which is correct, right? Because number 2 is lesser than 40. So either cases, like any one if success, so will get true. So which is lesser than or equal to, or right, or lesser than or equal to. If any one is success, right, lesser than 20 is lesser than, even though it is not equal to, but it is lesser than 20. So we got true here. So now you clear with the comparison operator, right? So this is very important thing, operator. So every programmer has to understand clearly about this comparison operator. That's why I explained you with some example as well. Hope you guys clear with the comparison operator. Let's see the other operator. The next operator is, where is the notes? Here is the notes, right? The fourth one, right? So far we have seen three operators: arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators. We have completed. So the fourth one is logical operator. So what is logical operator? Logical operators are used to determine the logical between variables or value by combining multiple conditions. Maybe it is confusing for you if you are seeing this for the first time, but if you guys already worked in any programming language, right? So there also the logical operator is there to compare or combine multiple condition. Maybe I will show you one example, like x, right? X, like I am declaring int of x as 5, right? Um, in previous operator, right, we have seen comparison operator. There, if we compare x greater than 10, right, what we get here? True, right? We get true as a return value because x is greater than 10, which is wrong, right? So we get false here because x is lesser than 10. So we get false. Then if we are comparing x lesser than 10, right, we get return value as, that is the result value is true, right? Because x value is 5, which is lesser than 10, which is correct. So we get true as a result or return value. But if you want to compare both comparison, right, this condition as well as this condition and make a decision, right, in that case we have to use logical operator. I will show you some example. Once I explained you or listed the available operator logical operators available in Java. So in logical operators, there are three operators available in logical operators. The first one is AND. So which is, we call it as logical AND operator. Second one is OR. That is logical OR operator. Third one is logical NOT. So hyphen. This one is exclamatory symbol, right? So this we call it as logical NOT operator. Basically, it will reverse the result. This one, right? AND operator. AND operator, right? If both statement or condition are true, then the result is true. this one, right? OR operator, logical OR operator, returns true if one of the statement is true. In this example, if all the conditions is true, then the return will be true. Here, if any one of the condition, like this is a one condition. So in this case, if you taken this as an example, right? You are declaring AND operator for these two condition. So in this case, so this one, right? AND operator, make sure all the conditions should be true. Otherwise, we'll get false. So here in this example, we get false as a return value. But for our logical OR operator, right? So any one is true, we get the result as true. So here in both condition, we one condition is true, so the result is also true. The return value is true. And is logical not operator. Basically, reverse the result. If the returns false, right, which means the result is true. Maybe I will explain you some example so that you will get clear picture what I am saying. Since if you are already worked in any programming language, things are very simple. But if you are new to programming or Java, right? So it makes you a little difficult to understand. I'll explain you with simple example so that you will get clear with these logical operators. Let me create one file, right, for logical operator. New Java class file, logical operators. Then ESVM for main method. Let's see the example now. So I'm going to declare Boolean variable with is logged in equal to true. Boolean is admin equal to false. So I'm just declaring two variable is logged in with Boolean type and assigning value as true. And I'm creating one more variable is admin with Boolean data type and assigning value as false. So till now you guys clear, right? I will close this. So now let's see three operator now. I am going to add sysort for each operator. I am going to paste this is logged in. The first operator what we seen AND operator. So I'm adding here as AND operator. I'm going to add two more sort for each operator, right? We have seen three operator. First one is AND, second one is OR operator. Two pipe symbol. The third one is exclamatory symbol. So for that we don't need two of, just one is enough. Maybe I'll add one more sort for second variable as well. So let me run this and I'll show you the result. Okay, so the first one we got is false, right? So it is because, do you remember what I mentioned before for the AND operator, logical AND operator? So if any one is false, right, you will get false. If all the conditions are true, right, this one was asked true, and this one is also, in case I'm saying, for example, if both variable is true, then we get true, because AND operator will return the value true if all the conditions are true, all the variables are true. So in the here in this example, one is true, another one is false, so we got false here. Then OR operator. OR operator, what I said, if any one is true, right, we get true. Here is logged in is true, right? Even though the is admin is false, we are getting true? It is because any one of this variable or condition is true, we will get true. You should also remember that if all the conditions are false, right? In that case also we get false. I will tell you at the end. Let's see the other one. Here is logged in, right? It will then this one, this operator. Do you remember what is this? Logical not operator, which means it will reverse the value. So for let's go to this logical operator. So is logged in value is true, right? So the logical not will reverse the value to false. So that's why we got false. But for is admin is currently holds the value false, right? So it will reverse. So it will change it to true. Now you clear, right? How the logical operators are works in Java. Let me explain you this one, right? As I mentioned, right? If all the in this example we one is true and other one is false, that's why we are got false, right? In case if all value is true, then under logical and will return true. So for that I am making this as well true. Let's run this and we'll see the output for this one. See, we got true. It is because what it means, and operator, if all the condition are variable as true, right, then the return also true. That's why we got true, because these two variables true, so the and operator become true, result also true. If you see the below one also, the in description what I mentioned, if any one, right, but even though if both are true, right, in that case also it will return true. Maybe you are not clear, right? If one or more than one is true, the result will also, the return value also true. That's a OR operator. The other two still remains. It's just a reverse of value. So both are true. So it will reverse it to false. Hope you guys clear with this logical operator, right? So just a three operator, but it is very important operator in any programming, not only in Java, in all programming language. That's why I explained you slowly. But in case still you are not clear, right? Maybe you can watch this video or you can try it by own. You'll get clear picture. So always remember, by simply watching my video or any tutorial, right? You don't get the idea or you don't learn it. If you once you started typing or practicing on your system, right, then only you are able to understand and you will be master in any programming language, not only in Java, in any programming language. Until you practice, right, it is difficult for you. When you watch the video, it looks like very simple and easy, but when you try on practicing on your system, it makes you complex. That's why I'm always suggesting you to practice a lot. Always practice on your system while watching my video, even though it looks simple, but try to practice on your system so that it will that will make you to remember the syntax and the concept which I am telling or explain you to you. That's why I am suggesting you to practice always while watching my videos or any tutorial videos. So I think we are end of operators, right? So far we have what we have seen, almost we have completed four operator, right? Arithmetic operators, assignment operator, comparison operator, and logical operator. The last one is bitwise operator, which we mostly don't use as a programmer, right? As a application programmer, we mostly don't use this bitwise operator. It is because, as I mentioned before, right? Bitwise operators are as a programmer we rarely use application as a mainframe. As a application programmer we rarely use this bitwise operator. But just for your information, I am just telling you, bitwise operators in Java are specialized operators that perform operation on individual bits. Like maybe you have studied in school days, right? Bits basically binary digits, right, which is zeros and ones. So these bitwise operators are primarily used for low level programming. So that's why I have not explained in this video. But if you want to learn more about this bitwise operator, right, maybe you can ask me in comment section. I will create a separate video for Bitwise operator. As an application programmer, uh, we don't use much on these operators. We use this operator. So 99% as application programmer, we use this arithmetic assignment, comparison, and logical operator. But bitwise operator, as an application programmer, we rarely use this. Not rarely, we mostly don't use this. Only low-level programming programmers, right? System-related, system application-related programmer, right? Those people use bitwise operator. But still, if you want to learn more about bitwise operator, you can ask me in comment section. I will try to create a separate video for bitwise alone, bitwise operators alone. So that's the end of this video. As usual, I'm going to ask you a few questions to test your understanding. So what you understand. So the purpose of question on each end of each video is to test your uh, understanding. So right. So this is not about watching a video and simply close it and go and do your work. Once you completed watching the entire video, right? So you should understand something, right? Otherwise, watching this video is simply waste. So that's why I just wanted to make you uh, make you to clear what you understand from this video. So let me ask. I'll go and type the question for you. So the video is already getting bigger. So that's why I typed the code, right? Sorry, I typed the question to test your understanding. So I have added four questions, right? The first one is which operation, like maybe call it as operator. So which operator is used to add two numbers? So that's the first question. The second one, which operator is used to division? Maybe which operator is to divide and get the remainder? Please note this, to get the remainder. So which operator is used to divide and get the remainder? The third question is why do we need operators? We have seen many operators, right? I'm just asking you why do we need operators in any programming or especially for Java? The fourth question is which operator is used to increase the value of the variable by 1? Please note that to increase the value of the variable by 1. So which operator is used to increase the value of the variable by 1? So please answer for these four questions in comment section. I will correct you if it is wrong. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.